is up, everybody? Welcome yet again to another episode of your favorite sports betting podcast. That's right, it is time, say it with me, ladies and gentlemen, for Jump the Sharp. I am your host, Brian Hollywood Hagan, along with my beautiful and handsome co-host. It's the Woodman, David Woody. You looking good tonight, man. What's going on?
Thanks, brother. A very special episode.
Happy
Jump the Sharp.
100th to you,
Happy
my
100.
friend.
Happy centennial.
We
Jump the
are
Sharp.
official centenarians. And happy 100th episode to everybody out there, all you fellow sharp jumpers that have either just hearing our voices now or spent any seconds of their hard-earned time along the way. But a special big thanks, as I mentioned on Twitter, to you hardcore loyal motherfuckers out there who've been with us for a while. We appreciate each and every one of you. 100 episodes. I mean, we started on a whim on just a rando conversation back at the old place one night and said, hey, you want to do a podcast? And you were like, I don't know. I don't really bet sports. And I was like, do you want to? And you're like, yeah. And I said, well, I think we could really make some money. Cause you're way smarter than I am, especially analytically.
No
way. Big time. And I feel like I bring a different flow, as we talked about. And we thought that those two styles would marry perfectly. And through 100, man, it's a big deal.
We've done well, and we've done well. It's been fun, and we made money, and we had fun, and I just love catching up with you and talking with you and every week. And I've really enjoyed this year so much, getting the folks from the Degenerate Dungeon and kind of getting to know more different people and just having more fan interactions than we have had before. It's been really fun.
Yeah, and anybody out there from the Naish, from Glass Cannon Network, we appreciate you guys so much if you've jumped over and checked us out.
Yes, and you're always welcome over here too. So
big time. So at Jump the Sharp on Twitter, and obviously we go ahead.
Sorry, we should say we've said this in the past.
You started the first 99 episodes interrupting my intro. Why change now, David?
We've said it in the past, but it's been a long time. So just a reminder, just to say it again, if we have I don't know if we have a lot of new folks or not. Sometimes I think we do actually, but if some of the stuff that we're doing is if we go too fast and or we're talking too much lingo, like betting lingo, and it doesn't make, you're not having trouble following it, you should feel free to tweet us. We will absolutely answer you, and we'll explain it in a way that it makes sense what the hell we're trying to say,
and we'll take it into consideration moving forward,
and we'll take it into consideration going forward. But we also we started off 100 episodes ago as a kind of intentionally a little bit for beginners, because I was a beginner,
right.
And so that was part of the shtick, and then we kind of moved on and we just acted like everybody who listens knows the ins and outs of betting and sports betting. And, if we pick up a bunch of new listeners over time, that's not necessarily true. They might have come to us because they liked us on some other thing, or they just think we're funny and they're having trouble keeping up. So I just want to throw a bone to people like that. If we're going too fast, you'd let us know. We'll take it into account. And also we can explain a particular concept. I'm happy to. And I know Bri is more than happy to, and actually is much better at it than I, because he understands the stuff better than I do.
I'll tell you what, if you go back and listen to the first episode, and please don't, I mean, it is brutal. It is brutal, at least for what we wanted what we've been putting out now. But everybody grows in whatever they do. Everybody gets better and better at it. And but if you go back to our first episode, it was probably more like, we used to do podcasts for our friends for fantasy football leagues and stuff. It was probably more up that alley, maybe a little bit more pandering. We probably thought we had more listeners in our first episode than we do right now. We probably wow, I can't believe 8,000 people are going to listen to this tomorrow. But it was fun. But yes, if you go back to our first episode, you would see that we probably tried to toe the line a little bit lighter. And now we're off and running. We've been for 2.5 years almost. And I know the math doesn't add up to being 2.5 years. We had taken some weeks off and stuff, but not quite 2.5, but you get it. Over 2 years. It's been great. And we hope anybody that is listening for the first time, if this is the very first episode you're seeing either on YouTube or hearing, then welcome. And we hope you enjoy, and let's go make some fucking money, because that's what we've been doing. Woodman, honestly, if you were to track every single bet and Hail Mary parlay and MVP, Cy Young Award winner, all these things that we've done, I mean, we have to be sniffing like a good 70 to 80 units, on the plus side after 100 episodes. So that's something I'm very
it's
confident.
Not really possible for us to track everything, because like some of the stuff we throw out on the show is like, oh, this is an idea,
Right.
like here's an idea.
Yeah.
I'm doing this, and you can tell me if you want to. And like, a bunch of those have hit and have been hit for real big money. So
Absolutely.
it's like, if you start counting those, it's like it could be 180. It could be almost.
We could be
100 units.
We could be over 3 dig on the units. Big time.
Yeah, a unit a show. It could be that much. Maybe
you know what?
It all up together.
I think you might have a point there. See, always the optimist. I'm a little bit of the Philly pessimist, but not when it comes to making money. Always an optimist, and I always think every bet I'm making is going to hit. Didn't quite happen like that last time you saw or heard us, and I keep saying "see" because YouTube, what's up? I see you. You see me. You see the Woodman. Special treat for episode 100 of our podcast. On YouTube. If you have yet to subscribe to our YouTube page, just search Jump the Sharp. You'll find us. I have something very special coming up because it is episode 100. And motherfuckers, I celebrate when we hit milestones, okay? Last but definitely not least, as always, check the Degenerate Dungeon, twitch.tv/GCN Employee Lounge, or just search Glass Cannon Network Employee Lounge on their Twitch. It is a badass show we do every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're just a great group of fucking
You don't have to be a patron or anything like that. It's free for the whole universe. Everybody should come and check it out if they want to. If you're at all interested in betting on sports, but you're listening to us, you must be worth checking out.
And a lot of new material. Sometimes we'll roll over a pick here or there, but we got 4, 5, 6 guys on that show giving 5, 6 picks each, and sometimes some bangers. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you were not a part of last week's dungeon, then you just happened to miss a 6-leg easy teasy from your boy Hollywood, paid out 6-1 plus 600. Oh baby, that felt good. It almost made me want to bring the teasy back for episode 100, but I'm sitting on my hands here a little bit.
I don't think I even told you this. So I did tail you. I tailed
Beautiful,
which is great, and it was awesome. Felt awesome to get that win. However, because the TZ has been so tough this year for you, I only tailed for $10, which is like so
good.
Much less than I usually would, But whatever, $70, man. I'll take it.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you. Oh, baby. But yeah, so make sure you catch the dungeon. We love doing it. It's such a great show. And shout out to Glass Cannon Network, by the way. Glass Cannon live this Friday. If you are anywhere near Philly or the northeast corridor.
It's Saturday.
Oh, sorry, Saturday. I said Friday. Saturday. Man, I've been all about Fridays. Last week on the dungeon, I said Football Friday. It was a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
If you think that was wait until this Sunday morning's dungeon, because it will be the morning after, literally hours after their Glass Cannon live show in Philly,
which we're all going to be at. Every one of us.
We're all going to be there. So if you guys listen to Jump the Sharp, go get a ticket. You'll see Woodman in Hollywood. Any dungeon fans, we're more than happy to say, yo, what up to you. But man, that Sunday morning show, literally hours after, should be interesting. But
yes.
So giddy up to Glass Cannon. Thanks for everything they've done. And shout out to Joe O'Brien for being a big time awesome alumnus of this show. Been here plenty of times over the course of the 100 episodes. Really helped us out and just give a different twang to our style that we've always appreciated. And I would love to sit here and nail down everyone that's helped us get here. My man Muscles Marinara, Andy Lack, the girls at Women Can't Parlay, all those fine, awesome guests that we've had. It's been a fun ride. We're celebrating now. Let's go. 100th episode. I'll say one thing here, because you know how we got to start. By the way, we went 0-5. Like, we're burying a little bit of a lead here for a reason. Our last show was 2 weeks ago. Last week, just way too much shit going on. Also coming off literally the worst week you could have.
Yeah.
Going 0-5. But you know what? Fuck that. What if I just came on here and started the show and said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show that has been 15, 6, and 2 in our last month. You know what I mean? Still something to hang your hat on, Woodman. Let's pick our heads the fuck up and get
Yeah.
them off the ground.
Yeah, I mean, the
It's
0
time,
5 was brutal, but it comes on the heels of a massive winning streak. So it's like, you
Absolutely.
can't win them all. You
Give 'em
you
all.
tip your cap, you got beat, and you come back and you try harder the next time. And that's this
Yep.
time. That's today.
And as always, to celebrate, we will do a very special, at least I'm not saying yours won't be special, but I have a present for you, actually, in a way. I kind of need your help, and I'll get to it in a minute. But what are
Ooh.
we drinking? It's America's favorite segment. Woodman, what exactly are you drinking to celebrate this 100th episode, my friend?
I'm so glad you asked.
Oh, great.
So, there's this brewery in my neighborhood here called the Separatist, which is really great. And they've got this this beer that I've had on this show before. It's a double IPA called a Good Good. You remember that, right?
I do.
And it was awesome.
As a matter of fact, I believe the first name they were going to go with was
"Oh, good for you."
And he got pissed. So we don't need a lawsuit.
But instead, so this is not a double. This is a single IPA. It's made with Citra hops. You guys know those, right? You know the different kinds of hops. There's all different hops.
There's actually a great beer called Citra that I'm sure is from that
So this is a newer one from Separatist Beer Project called Citra Nerd.
Wow.
A little bit of the bubbly.
It's a cool can. Kind of a little psychedelic. Fun. And what I like about this, Bri, it's only 6%. They're not trying to kill you.
Oh, mercy. That was a good one.
It was a good one. And what I like, you're going to see here as I pour it.
I am going to see. YouTube,
Look at that.
You see too.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that a nice color?
That's something that can make your bull run, right?
Yeah,
there.
it is. This is a wrench type of,
I love how we always go back to it.
But it is like you see the how it's kind of translucent.
Yep. It's a beautiful thing, man.
And it's beautiful. So I'm not going to lie and say that I have bought 4 of these. This is the last one. That's how good these are. I can't stop.
Yeah, this is his 4th tonight. He was very excited for this 100th show.
First one tonight, but still.
Okay.
It's got such. This is awesome beer, dude. This is like, I don't know, for something. It's really, it would be for me. This would be like maybe a 4.2.
Nice.
4.3. I mean, really, really, really good. It's a straight ahead IPA, but the hops are not too bitter.
Okay.
And they're not real. It's also not fruity. It's a beautiful, drinkable hopped beer. It just tastes refreshing, and it has a little bit of bitterness, but not too much. And it's just a great IPA. 2 thumbs up on fantastic beer.
Sounds like my kind of jam, baby.
You would love it. You would love it.
Time. All right, let's go. Right? It's time.
What do you got?
I think it's time.
What are we looking at?
I mean, look, we got some stuff to do here. We got 100th episode. I wanted to pull a rabbit out of a hat and do a little.
What is he doing?
All right, so that was my last of my beer. I always have a pre beer because I'm not going to go 10 minutes without drinking a beer. Come on, let's get real. So that was the last of the pre beer there. Okay, bye bye.
Okay, all right.
This is now what I have right now. Go Flyers, okay?
Yes.
What is that? You don't put a beer in that, do you?
No, that is a rocks glass. They call it.
It's a rocks glass. That's so interesting. I'm going far off here. Ready for this? So ready.
What are we doing?
This is how I roll. Here, let me get the liquid out of here.
What is going
All right,
on?
So I don't know how to make like a big ice cube. So I got my daughter's little teeny drinking cup, and about noon today, in prep for this, I filled it halfway with water.
Okay.
Now I've been letting it, for lack of a better term, thaw so that I could pour it right into the glass. So here comes a little teeny drinking cup. Here, I'll even do it in front of the mic. Here comes the big ice cube. Oh, where am I going with this? Woody, look at that. That's a great John, too. That's like what I got. And so anyway, I'm just drinking a little water out of it. So I had a couple of these at me and my wife and I's 10th anniversary dinner.
Okay.
And I am the kind of guy that when I find something I like, I just demolish it. You know?
Yeah,
like
you are.
For the next 2 weeks, I just beat the shit out of it until either I'll just hate it for the rest of my life, or I'll be like, okay, that was enough of that. I'll get to it again.
Yeah, you did that with mules for a while.
Did that with mules for a while. And I didn't beat it to the fact that I don't like them. I would love a mule. As a matter of fact, I contemplated. But let me go ahead and pull up my little recipe here because I don't know how to make it. But I want to make sure you verify this because you, sir, certainly know how to do this.
Okay.
The first time I've ever, by the way, here's a little bullet bourbon.
Mm,
All right.
that's a good bourbon.
All right. So here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show it and you can see.
Yep.
Bullet bourbon. So that's one ingredient. You tell me
Yep.
where I'm heading here, buddy.
Yeah, I know where you're heading.
All right. A little simple syrup.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Never, for the first time in my life, I bought this. Didn't think that they would be that expensive. Like $17 for some
It's
bitters.
expensive. Here's the thing: that's going to last you for years.
Oh, for
You'll have
sure.
a thing.
That-
It doesn't-
that's
and it
wh-
never goes bad.
That's why I had no problem with it.
Yeah,
I was
you're
like,
fine.
and then,
You It's just something to have in the bar, and you'll have it. And yes,
I hope
yes.
clementines work. You know?
Anything, any citrus be fine. Even if you didn't have an orange, yeah, I've used a lemon peel. It's fine.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody where I'm heading here, Dave Woody?
You're going to make an old fashioned,
I'm
which
going to
is
make an old fashioned live on air. And I want
I-
to make sure, do I have everything necessary? Is that
do you have
it?
something to stir with?
I do. I actually
Great.
have because instead of getting a spoon, you know those long spoons with the little tiny like teaspoon
Yeah.
end that they use? I just said, fuck it, I'll get a butter knife.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it works. A butter knife works fine.
Nice.
I've done it. Yeah, you're good.
All right, so I'm hearing 2 ounces of some bourbon. So
You
this is
can
where I'm
eyeball
going.
it. Yeah, you can measure it, eyeball it.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
I round up to 5, but let's go with that. Oh, baby. We're off to a good start because that big piece of ice. Okay, I'm hearing. So I'm getting a little. What do you go? 2 or 3 dashes? Anywhere between 2 and 4, I hear.
I would do 4.
4.
You
All right.
want it. You want the
Do you
bitters.
know why I
trust
like
me.
that?
You're a beer drinker. You want some little bitter. You don't want your old fashioned to taste sweet. You don't want it to
Let's
taste
go.
sweet.
All right, so this is why I like that. What he said. YouTube, can you see that? 44.7 alcohol per volume on a bitter.
Yeah.
Who knew? Ready?
Yeah,
Let's
who
see.
knew?
I will
actually
have
didn't
something
know
to
that they
twist
had
off. It's
any.
gonna.
I didn't even
Go
know
ahead.
bitters had alcohol in it. Really?
Apparently, it's half pure
Apparently it's
fucking
half
nail
alcohol.
polish remover. Yeah, I'm gonna open. I've never bought bitters before. I'm literally opening. Let's see if we got a.
Yeah, you're all right.
Come on. Oh, it's not really. Oh, there it was. Anyway,
Yeah, you
all right,
got
ready?
it. You're okay.
We're gonna go 4. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Wow, it's
That's
like a
good.
deep
Trust me.
orangey.
No, it's good.
Baby.
You'd be glad you did. Trust me.
All right, simple syrup, if you will. I'm gonna do a little.
Not too
squeezy,
much.
too.
Whatever
No.
it says, I have a light touch with that.
Yeah,
you don't want it
just
to taste
just
too
give it a little
sweet.
tasty.
It does need a little. Like if I've made it before where I didn't have any sugar wherever I was like traveling or whatever, and I had everything else, but I didn't have it. You miss it. So yeah. 2 more even. That's fine. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna twist it.
great.
Right? You want
Yeah.
to twist it. Get the. All right, orange.
You got it.
twist. I'm gonna go with
Yeah.
another one because I got. If for those that can't see, I got a little clementine here, and I am peeling the mofo.
I love it.
I got 2 nice little Johns. I'm gonna.
This
twist
is
it.
awesome, dude.
Look at this, right? Watch it. Boom,
Yeah,
right
it's
in there.
beautiful.
You know what?
And-
I don't need the butter knife. I'll take the knife that I use. Here we
Yeah,
go. We're
and that-
talking
you're just
an
gonna stir it,
old-fashioned
you know.
stir. There we go. Uh-oh, spilling all over my notes. All right, and there is a live old-fashioned on Jump the Shark. I'm so proud of that ice cube. I couldn't even begin to tell you.
It looks
like,
awesome.
It's like my kids and then that are like my favorite things that I've done. All right, here we go. Oh, it smells delicious. Let's go.
Yeah. They're so good, dude.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. See, see, this is bad news. I'm going to love this for the next. Oh, man, this is good.
They're the best drink. It's the best cocktail, man. It's the best cocktail.
You know, it's the bitters themselves.
Yeah.
Do they have any kind of citrusy influence? Or is the orange peel really this important?
No, I think the orange peel is definitely important, but I think they do have a little bit of Angostura bitters. I think have a little bit of a citrusy jaunt to them, but no, you would miss it.
Baby.
I've made them without the orange peel. That's another thing I've been without and has still had to make them.
Right.
And you miss it. You do miss it.
Oh, well, let's celebrate with a fucking old-fashioned live.
That's
on
awesome.
Jump the Sharp.
Good job, dude.
Where are you going to see that anywhere else? It's the 100th episode. Let's go. I actually spilled it all over my notes.
I'm embarrassed.
Not really. I don't know if I can read the team that's losing right here, but I'm going to tell you the team that's winning in a couple minutes. After the Woodman says, "Oh, by the way, let me just do a little shout out here." not shout out, a guesstimate. I think we are going to have at the top, like the last show we had, 5. I think there's a good chance that this is a 3 to 4 pick show. I think me and you might cross streams like crazy. First of all, my tongue is like down to my ankles this week with the NFL. I know we had a fucking shit ass week 2 weeks ago on our last show. I know that I ended up breaking even kind of last week, but
so did I.
Easy. But I could have made some money last week. Last week was tough. This week I am like Pavlov's dog, man. I am ready to chomp at the bit. There's so many games that I love. I don't know about you, but there's a couple here that are like your norms that I'm all over. And I think one of them you were talking. There's one thing we did talk about before the show. You were like, there's one game that I'm like, what is going on? But I'm not going to touch it. I think I might be addressing that one.
Yeah.
We'll see. Just kind of throwing it out
I
there.
wouldn't be shocked if I think it could be a trap game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not making it a pick, even though I really kind of want to.
Well,
I wouldn't be shocked if it's one of yours.
All right, let's go.
And I'll probably just tell you anyway, but whatever.
Oh, absolutely. I tell everything anyway. You know, it's probably...
Yeah, of course. Got to.
It's time now, baby. I say it's time.
Let's get down to business.
You got it, Mr. Fleer. As always, leading off, playing center field. It's picks of the week's time to get back in the action. Get back on the winning side. The Woodman, David Woody. Let's fucking go, baby. What you got?
Yeah, look, I mean, this is one of those ones where you have to, when you do the DWE and it spits out the results and it's a pick on a team that has burned you, you really question whether you should stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my number one because it's the most points that was off, and it just isn't right. The line is not right, and as often happens when I'm this short, especially I feel like my number one picks almost every week. By the time Sunday morning rolls around, that thing has moved towards where I thought it should be. You know what I mean?
Big time.
So I don't know.
It's happened a lot. It's happened a lot with these picks lately.
I understand that some people are going to be. That's a good job. Some people are going to be nervous because this is a team that has burned me on this show several times. Although it's also won me money at times this year. It's a team I picked a lot, and they're home.
Give it to me hard.
They're home against a team that I regard as basically equal to them.
Okay.
And the team that I regard as equal to them is a 2.5 point favorite on the road.
Yeah, see? On the road. Okay.
So I don't understand it, and I'll take the Giants, and I will take the points. I will take my home dog at plus 2.5.
This is what I'm telling you. I told you.
Is one of yours?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Why not?
I feel like people are... I feel like part of this is like... If you're on the I almost said Redskins. If you're on the Commander's side in this line,
you bastard.
If you are on the Commander's side in this line, I feel like you haven't watched Taylor Heineke. Like, I saw that Falcons game. I watched the game. He was
lucky to win that game.
They were so lucky, and he was the reason why they almost lost. He was just atrocious, man.
Of course,
and of course, like Ron Rivera is a smart coach. He's a really good coach. Like, no question. Like, he's got the defense fired up, ready to play, and he knows that's the strength of the team, and he knows that what they got to do is run the ball as much as they can. It's not a great offensive line, not creating giant holes really always all the time for running, and also
giant holes are never good.
Defenses are stacking the box because they're not afraid of Heineke. So, like, ultimately, it's tough. It's tough for their opponents. Like, you won't see a lot of games, I think, where the Commanders get blown out because the defense is going to keep them in it. They'll run the ball so much they'll take a lot of time off. So they're not going to get blown out a ton. And that's not what I'm saying here. But why are they favored in New York,
dude?
And the Giants are going to be so fired up.
Yes, of course.
I just think this one is just a no-brainer. I had written down. I mean, you could say I don't know if you did it. I had written down Giants -3 here.
Check it out. Ready?
It's a pick 'em, and they'll give them the 3 points because they're home. HWE.
I don't know if you can tell there. Giants -2.
Yep. So we're on the same page.
I was like, what in the
Now,
motherfucker?
which one of yours is it? Would it be your number one?
It's my number 2, but only because if you don't mind, let me just say something about it.
Please,
I'll go
you can
back
say
to
whatever
that.
you like. I'm done.
Basically, here it is. And I love the way you started that, by the way, Woody. I love it because you're totally right. When it comes to this is a financial investment, people. Okay, you got to understand that kind of shit. You can't just like I don't know how to make it analogous off the top of my head, but when you see value, when it comes to anything, you go to fucking Giant or wherever you see, okay, well, price of cereal is exorbitant right now, but holy shit, this one, it's normally $5, but it's saying, 3 for $5.
Or
You don't
I'll
buy
give an
it because last week, you had a bowl of it and had the shits that day. I don't know what I'm doing
Well,
right now.
no. No, I think a better example would be like you go
No matter what comes out of your mouth will be a better example. But go ahead.
You're in the Costco and you actually you don't really need toilet paper. You have a bunch in
Here we
your
go.
like
Right.
closet at home, but it's on a crazy sale. And it's the exact kind that your wife likes you to buy. Why wouldn't you just get it? It's a value now. So you're right there. You would get it, right? Any rational person, the smart shopper would grab it, take the value, and then eventually, you're going to use it because you use it eventually. Like that's the thing. Right. Like that's betting is like you can't. Not everything's going to be a home run, especially with these picks against the spread, dude. Where you're not going to just pick all money lines of underdogs. That's silly.
We can't come on here and say pick the minus 700 and the minus 800. What's the point?
No, you can't do that either. But I'm saying I see a value here. You got to jump on the value.
There's a lot of value, and what I'm really pumped about is that both of us were on the Giants actually in our shit week a couple weeks ago, and it was the same deal. And we were like, "What's going on?" But there's a different style to this. Let me just get to a couple. Washington's getting way too much respect. Woodman touched on it. It's Taylor Heineke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but if you watch that game, not only should they not have won it, but there's an argument made about the Eagles game too. I'm not going to go there because they did beat us, pretty handily. But if there were
a lot of fluky plays in the game, I think even they would admit that.
But you can't. That gets into that's a little too much for me. That's sure. Teams win, it's still a W. But
sure,
the Atlanta game between Taylor Heineke's like blatant shit approach that he had to some of these reads. Yeah. He got really, really lucky not throwing 3 picks. Also, the Atlanta play caller, whether that's the coach or the offensive coordinator, or whatever, they really, no pun intended, fumbled the ball multiple times, especially down in the red zone. Anyway, I'm going to get off of that game. I'm just saying, I'm going to fade Heineke until it works.
Until he shows me, until he shows me something different.
He won't, though. He can't physically.
Well, he doesn't have the other issue with him is that he just does not have an NFL arm. Some of those throws to Terry McLaurin, like the wounded duck.
Shit comes full circle in this league, man. Yeah. And it's about time. And shout out to Troy of the GCN. But let's hope his Giants get a W. They've dropped 2. They're on a little bit of a rest. They played Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Like the Woodman said, I believe a 6-1 in the last 7 for Heineke and the Commanders. Something's got to give here. I love the way you put it. They're going to come out hot, man. They're going to be pissed off. Division game. First of all, division game. My next pick, I'm going to talk about a division game in the other way, but I'll tell you why about that in a second. But a division game getting 2.5 when it's the Giants Commanders, fucking A, just get the value. Take the value. This is a BOGO sale of your favorite ice cream where I'm done with analogies. I'm going to stop.
You can only take, you really can only take a road favorite in a division game if you just think they're just so much better.
Hang on,
they have to be much better than the
hang on, baby.
No, but I'm sure what I'm saying is not contradictory to you, right?
It certainly is not.
No, if you believe if I thought the Commanders were way better than the Giants, then I wouldn't be doing this. Exactly. But if you think they're just roughly even, I'm not even saying the Giants are necessarily better either. I think they kind of are, but But okay, let's just say they're roughly even teams. This line is dumb. This line is stupid.
Dude, I'll talk about it a little bit later. But Vegas is fucking. They've made their own old fashions this week. Vegas is drunk this week.
Yeah.
I'm telling
Some
you,
of these
dude.
lines are off. Yeah.
NFL Week 13 of the 2022 season. I mean, low-hanging fruit ain't the term for me. I'm going to really be super upset come Monday or Sunday night, or just like ecstatic and Scrooge McDuckin it, baby. But we'll see. And I'm going to see what your number 2 is, because we're already at a 5 minimum. And I like so many games that if we're going to agree on another game, I will go ahead and add another one. Like, we're getting out of here with at least 5 picks on this show this week.
Agreed. Why don't you actually go? Because
All right.
I'd like to hear your number 1.
Right. And the reason, before I got onto my whole spiel about that, and I said I will let you know why it's not my number 1 necessarily, is because of chronologically, it's not number 1.
Okay.
My number 1 was literally chronologically, because I went, okay, what's the Thursday night game? And then I was like, oh, well, let me see. I have it at Bills plus 7.5. And then I was like, what the motherfuck? It's 3.5? Why are you doing that? Are we going to have 3? We're going to have 3 total picks this week, aren't we?
My number 2, Bills minus 3.5.
Well, how not how? What are we doing with our life? Like, why is this not? I get it. The public's going to drill this. I don't care. Guess what the public's done this year? And for the first time, like ever, the public is like 66%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. The Bills minus 3.5.
It's such a weird
at
year
the Patriots. Come on, it's Thursday night game. Let's go. Like I said about the public thing, that doesn't scare me like it would have in seasons before. This year is different.
It is.
I had us at 7.5. Buffalo has 3 losses on the season. They're 8-3, right? No, and none of their 3 losses have they lost by more than 3 points. They've lost 3-3 and 2 by 2 points.
Heartbreakers.
In their wins, in their 8 wins this season, they've averaged winning those games by 15. So what you need to look at by that stat, and people can take it and run with it, and you can honestly take any stat and make it on your side. But the way I'm making it is that, do I think that they will either win or lose this game? And if I think that they're going to win, well, holy fuck. If they're beating people by an average of 15 and the line's 3.5, like I had it at 7.5, legit. Well, I don't know what's going on with this. Another one, value, take it. I'm betting on talent, plain and simple. Okay, let me give you a couple more. There it is.
Buff minus 8. You see that?
Oh, you got it at 8. See, there we go.
I wrote down minus 8.
Here's another reason why I like it. And by the way, side bet, if we could do this is more of a DD thing, a dungeon thing.
Yeah.
But I do have a nice little prop ski side bet here, which I will also take. So prop alert on that. We have a first quarter, Buffalo in the first quarter, second in the NFL, second in the league in first quarter points. They've averaged 6.5 first quarter points. New England, 4th from the bottom. They average 2.3 first quarter points. Buffalo minus 1.5 first quarter line, Woody, is plus 120. So I like them to come out of the gate. Ready for this? Here, I'm going to say something nice about the Pats. The Patriots, baby. They are animals in the sack. What? I mean, I'm sorry. Hold on. Animals in the sack. No, animals sacking the quarterback is what I meant to say. Oh, great. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. But then you're fucking Hollywood. You're talking about the Patriots. They're going to get at Josh Allen, aren't they? No. Why? Josh Allen has a little bit of momentum in those legs, a little bit more. Here's what I want to do, and I very rarely do this, but I'm pulling up a schedule on ESPN.com and the New England Patriots. And Woodman, let's do this together because I want to see if you picked out what I picked out.
Okay.
I wrote down all my notes. I'm loving the minus 3.5. Then I look at sacks on the season. New England is incredible. They, especially at home, they are incredible at getting to the quarterback. Their sack percentage is like 2nd in the league. Sacks per game is like 3rd in the league. And I'm like, okay, well, that gives me a little bit pause. And I don't know how it happens or what triggers what, but I go right into another route here, another avenue. And I said, well, let me see, especially at home, because at home, for some reason, it's exacerbated a lot. So I said, let me see who they played at home. Let me see the style of quarterbacks they've played. Okay, here we go. New England Patriots at home. They lost to the Baltimore Ravens 37-26. Does that cover 3.5? Yes, it does. Who was their quarterback? Oh, a very mobile man by the name of Lamar Jackson. Got it. Next home game, Detroit Lions beat them 29-0. Oh, who were they sacking? A very mobile quarterback?
No.
Nope.
Statue, Jared Goff.
Big time. Wait a second. Monday, October 24. a home game. They lost by a lot, 33-14 against a shit ass team. But who was that quarterback?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. Can he run and get out of the pocket when shit's collapsing? Yes. Okay. Home game. Indianapolis Colts won 26-3. I wonder why. Need more be said? Sure. Let's go one more. Home. New York Jets won 10-3. Who's mobile there? Nobody. They got I'm not saying Josh Allen is Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen has more talent than Zach Wilson, Matt Ryan, and Jared Goff combined, and he's mobile enough. This is easy fucking squeezy, -3.5 all day. Come
it's
on.
easy money. It's easy money.
Oh, by the way, let me
It
do
will
another
move.
prop alert.
It will move, by the way. That'll be 5 probably on
That's
game
why
day.
I got it before the show. I was like, I got to get this in
Oh,
before
me
the
too.
show.
It's in.
FanDuel, it's -4 right now. If you can get it at 4, fine. Take it.
Oh,
Fuck.
4's great. 4's great. 4's great.
Another prop alert. Josh Allen over. I'm making a same game almost here for a pick, but give me Josh Allen over rush yards too. It could be 40 and it'll scare you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll look that up can you just say a few things about this game that I haven't, or have I pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, so the thing to think about when you're thinking about betting on a football game is there are basically 4 units of on a football field, right? There's both teams offense and both teams defense. The defenses in this game are pretty close, right? I think the Bills are probably a little bit better, but it's close. Certainly, if you start to make a list, go down. All right, who are the best defenses in the NFL right now? 3 of them are in this division, actually, right? Like the Jets, Patriots, and
Jets
Bills
too.
have fantastic, excellent defense. The Jets probably maybe the best. That young secondary the Jets have.
Oh man. Sauce it up, baby.
I'm jealous, And
why?
And
We're
that's
fucking 10-1. Fuck them.
right, of course. But I'm just saying, those guys are great. And then the only other team you'd even put in the same realm, I think, in the AFC is the Broncos, which is a wonderful defense. They just can't score. Having said all that, I'm just pointing out, I don't know exactly what order these go in, but everybody knows what the good ones are, and these are 2 of the good ones. So I'll be generous. I think the Bills D is significantly probably better than the Pats, but I'll be generous and say let's call them even. Okay,
I'm about to put more money on this fucking game.
The Bills have scored 80 more points this year than the Pats have.
You want to look at that again?
Is it 70?
Anyway.
You know what? I said there'd be no guest for the 100. Vin's here. Vin's always here.
Vin's always here. And if you just watch their games, it's the difference between Stephon Diggs and Jacoby Myers, the difference between Josh Allen and Mac Jones. There's just 2 of these things. These things are different, right? One of these things is not like the others. And the difference-making unit on the field here is that Bills offense. You can't deny it. And I just think, even if I'm wrong about all of the you get stars in your eyes about what this Bills offense can do, and they don't do it every week. And they've lost some games this year that you didn't expect them to lose, right? They lost to the Jets. They've lost games. And a good defense can mess them up. But here's the problem for the Pats. Here's the problem for the Patriots. Even if I'm wrong about all of that, and Josh Allen has a bad game, he has them from time to time.
Yeah.
And their defense plays great. They still probably can't cover the 3.5 points here. I don't think they can, because their offense isn't going anywhere against that Buffalo D. So I think you got to take advantage. I love games like this where even if I'm wrong about the thing that I feel most strongly about, then the second thing is my backup, and it still makes me win the bet.
I'm saying, in other words, I think,
I could imagine, maybe it's not that crazy either. Couldn't this game be 17-3 Buffalo? I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, it's not that shocking, really.
No, that wouldn't be shocking. Here's the point to what you just said. Don't worry about Buffalo when you're even saying that. Couldn't the Patriots only score 3 points? Absolutely.
Easily, against a great defense. Yeah, man.
Yeah. To me, it would be if you were to tell me how many points are the Patriots scoring, I would say between 13 and 17. That means that the Bills need to score 21 plus, and they are going to do that.
Of course they're going to. Come on. This one is just, to me, a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Did you look up what you wanted to look up?
I don't. Oh yeah, it was Josh Allen. His on FanDuel. Actually, let me check. And always got to shop around, folks. Got to shop around. FanDuel's 45.5 over under rush yards. I still like it. I mean, that's 42.5 on DraftKings. Always shop around. And after this pod wraps up, I will be putting a sizable chunk on that.
Wait, so it's better on TK?
DraftKings. Yep,
Okay.
you get 3 yards under. So giddy up. My first instinct was like, is Josh Allen hurt? Because I remember he got dinged up a couple weeks ago. I was like, is he hurt? Like, is there something going on here?
No, he's
and
fine.
I guess, right? Fuck. I just dropped my pen. I'm so
He looked fine. I think he looks good.
All over the place. I'm very warm too. It's old fashioned. You shouldn't wear my hoodie while I'm drinking it. Let's go. So let's see. And one of my points, literally one of my bullet points on this notebook, Woodman, says verbatim. Where is it here? I'm betting on talent, plain and simple.
Yeah, that's it, man.
That's what I mean. You just said all that. That's exactly what I thought. I'm just betting on talent. 3.5 for talent, immense versus talent, meh. Yeah, I don't care where they're fucking playing or what time it is or whatever. Like whatever. Also, by the way, I looked up your favorite new website, NFLweather.com.
Yeah,
it's 35 and clear. Okay, it's they live in Buffalo. They just dug themselves out of 7 feet of snow. They're fine with 35, just like North. Like it's all good.
Of course.
So, all right. So because out of all my picks, no, you know what? So I read this week like a fucking book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
I knew that me and you. I'm telling you, the pick that you mentioned earlier is going to be my pick. And so I do think
I want you to go. I want you to go first. I'll let you know if it is.
I will. And I'm telling you right now that this is the pick that you said, I can't do it because something's up. And if you had your doldrums about you, this would have been your third pick, and we would have 3 solid for fucking both of us, which is not acceptable. But if anything, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, Woodman, it illustrates us coming kind of full circle after 100 episodes.
Yes.
I mean, think about how many times we even had one similar pick our first year or so. Definitely the first NFL season where we did about 10 weeks of regular season.
Even the first, I'll say the first 2 NFL seasons, we had very few.
Crossovers. We used to track when we had the same one. It was like 5 total for like the first, and now it's like the last few weeks and this year.
Lot.
So
yeah, it's been a lot.
But nevertheless, if in fact this is the same, well, right now we've only given 2 picks. I will give more because after all,
I have another one.
Winners.
I have one in my back pocket. I'll give it. I'll give my one. Yeah.
We're both going to give 4 so we can, and maybe we'll overlap on all. If we overlap on 4, then fuck it. It's a 4 goddamn. This is your back pocket pick. You ready? I know you, baby. I know it. And it's a team. It's just like the Giants, a team you've been on all year.
This is the trap.
This is what I think is is what you think is the trap, and it's a pick of me because I'm not scared at all.
You're going to be right.
You say it with me now. Vikings -3. Just say it.
How did you know?
Dude, it is what it is. It is what, dude.
I mean, don't you think that just
Mike White?
It's got to be that, right? It has to be Mike White. It has to be.
Just take the Vikings, dude. -3. Do you know what the first thing I looked at?
They have to get right here. They're better than that garbage they showed.
Get right. They've been winning. Like I don't even know.
Well, no, they were off on Thanksgiving, right? They got.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They got crushed by
no. They played. Yeah, they did. Okay,
they got crushed by the Cowboys.
They got murdered by the Cowboys. That's right. Fuck the get right. They're still there though. Kirk Cousins. This game is not at 8 p.m. Okay, so we're good. Kirk Cousins blows in fucking prime time. It's ridiculous.
That's
Vikings
so
-3 at home.
Yeah.
Versus the New York Football Jets with Mike White as a quarterback. Listen, I get it. The Jets defense, giddy up, fine, awesome, amazing, and you hit on that well. This line. And Woodman, we've talked about this before. -3 at home. They're saying they're even Steven with Mike White at quarterback.
Yeah.
They're saying these 2 teams on a neutral field is a pick 'em. What's is Vegas really that hammered and drunk right now? Like, what the fuck is this? What's going on this week? Here, let me do a little.
The only thing I can think of, though, I was thinking about it, and the only thing I can think of is that part of it has got to be that the Vikings have suffered a number of injuries.
They have.
I think especially on their defense. But again, like unless I
White.
really believe in Mike White, I just don't see how he's going to take
Are
advantage
we
that much.
forgetting what happened last year? Like, this is deja vu all over again, and it's up to you, motherfuckers, to make money off of this deja vu. Like,
Yeah.
finally, for once in your life,
This
you're
is
ahead
value.
of it. You're
This is
not.
value.
You're not like going through deja vu and going, "Oh, I remember this. This is great." No, you're ahead of it. You know deja vu's coming. It's like a fucking, what do they call that? What the fuck is it called? Lucid dreaming. Okay.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get ahead of it now. You're going to be lucid dreaming this game. It's not even fucking deja vu. You can
I
make
can't believe
whatever
how close
happen.
we were to having the same 3 picks.
It would have been the same 3 if you
Oh,
just didn't get
it
scared.
would've.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you that right
it
now.
would've.
I called
No.
this. I'm telling you. I saw this a mile away. We didn't say shit before the show.
You did call
I
it.
knew this
You
week.
fucking knew.
You know why, Woody? Because this is where it's at, man. As long as it doesn't say Seattle somewhere, then these picks make sense. All right? Fucking Gino. This is basically and you heard me yell his name plenty of times. It's basically an anti-Mike White bet. Let me go ahead and tell you something. Are we forgetting this shit? 2021. He came in to start on Halloween last year against the future AFC representative of the Super Bowl.
Yep.
You know, they played Cincy in MetLife Stadium at home. They beat them 34-31. Oh my God, the Jets! Holy shit! They don't need to just fucking draft the quarterback now. He went 37 of 45, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Okay,
Pretty great.
The next week in Indianapolis, a 45-30 loss. Wait a second, 30? They must have put up a lot of numbers. No, he got fucking yanked. 7 of 11 for 95 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions. So maybe he got hurt. I don't even fucking remember. But, you know, he probably got hurt because they brought him out the next week. He said, Mike White, you're back, right? He said, yes, I am, sir. 11-14, first Buffalo. Granite Buffalo, big time team. 45-17 loss. Kid went 24 of 44 for 251, 0 titties, and 4 interceptions.
Yikes.
Guys, come on.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm telling you. And you know what? Time for another prop alert. You know what? I'm not giving that prop. I'll save that for the dungeon. You want to hear my extra prop? Dungeon.
Go ahead. Here's a common theme, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
For all 3 of all 3 of Brian's picks, and this is I'll throw it in, all 3 of my picks. You'll understand in a second. I'm
giving another pick, by the way.
Common theme right here. We are betting against quarterbacks that we know are shitty. If I'm not sure about you, I may not bet against you. If I've seen you be awful consistently, always bad, I'll bet against you.
That's a great point.
And so to that, sorry, were you done?
You know, I'm trying to figure out if I should save this for the dungeon or just do it. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give the prop of, here we go. Ready? It's time. I love it too. You know what? This will be my 4th fucking pick. I'm making this my official 4th pick of the, of our show. Jump the Shark here on 100th. Because instead of going ahead and making a pick on another game that I kind of want to see where the line flows, and if you guys are interested in what I'm talking about, check the dungeon on Sunday because it'll probably be my pick of the week, but we'll see. I am all over this under of the Vikings-Jets game, 44.5. All fucking over it. Because the Jets, similar to what I think about the Pats, but we'll see. I don't think the Jets put up more than 13 in this game.
And they don't really want to.
And they got a great defense.
They don't really want to, right? They want to get you into a defensive slog, and they probably can slow down Minnesota to a degree. I guess they'll put Sauce Gardner on Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
You know, one of these weeks, Dalvin Cook's going to break a long one. He still looks fast and good to me. He looks athletic.
I think he scores though this week.
He's been bottled up. They kind of, you know, look, the stupid Cousins, he makes it easy for a defense because they kind of know that there's really only 2 things he's trying to do, right? He's either trying to hand it off to Cook or he's trying to find Jefferson. And that's like that. and so he's very predictable, and they kind of key on certain things and they know what's coming. I don't know, man. At some point you got to think like they're going to have had 10 days to sit and look at that film of that embarrassment, that just absolute joke of a performance against Micah Parsons and the Cowboys, and I just think they come out here and they're prepared, they're ready, and I think they're home. And I think -3 at home for a team that's just clearly
Dude.
a little bit better than the Jets. Listen, I'm not a Jets hater this year. I'm really not. They
No,
show
I've grown to
some
respect
signs.
the shit out of him. I've always
Definitely.
loved Salah, and
I like him.
I'm glad
and,
he has
and-
done what he's done.
And I think replacing Zach
Wilson
was smart because he was just
You know what would have been smarter? Not drafted him like we fucking said.
he was awful. He was so
when
bad.
you take Drew Brees and you basically micro machine him. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
The guy has a great arm, but I mean his teammates.
It's Drew Brees. If Drew Brees already can't see over the fucking D line.
He has no idea where he's supposed to go with the ball. His teammates hate him. He never learned the plays. It looked like just a mess. Anyway,
Does his teammates really hate him like that?
His teammates really hated him. There were some comments after this last game. Like,
no way. What were they?
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell was like,
Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell. No, that's
Elijah
Moore was like asked about the change at quarterback, and he was like, "It's just nice to have a professional out there."
Wow.
Or something like that. And then but softer spoken guys had a couple like little side comments like to the media, like, dude, like they hated him. They absolutely hated him.
Wow.
So anyway, okay. But it's not going to matter because I don't think this new guy, as you say, is any good either, and they're going to get themselves in trouble here. So,
so what? So this is your original third pick we have coming, correct?
Yeah, I've written the one I wrote down because the one you just made I considered a trap. Even though,
you're calling me a sucker.
No, but I'm not because I just tailed you on the other screen here. So
Beautiful.
No, I'm with you, bud. But no, here's my other one, and this is really more of a feel, you know.
I like that. Wait a minute.
You like that?
I do.
This is a feel one. So we have seen what in the very best the best outcome of the best version of the San Francisco 49ers. We saw about 2 weeks ago, we saw what it looks like. And it was basically McCaffrey being this versatile Swiss Army knife that gets used in all these different cool ways, and they run all these trap runs for him and different draws and stuff like that, and they try to get him on the outside as much as they can, and then once in a while he does the wheel route or the crossing route, and and then what works so well is the interplay between that and Debo and Kittle, and they're all just kind of crossing each other in the middle of the field. And it works. When it works, great, it works because it's really very hard to, I'm sure, I can only imagine how hard that is to cover. And then with Ayuk on the outside, and he's actually kind of good. Ayuk's actually kind of really good.
Absolutely. Actually. Yep.
Right? The problem comes in, which you saw last week. They won 13-0. Their defense played amazing, right? They shut the Saints out. But they scored 13
points. I don't like where you're heading here, Woody.
The problem comes in when Jimmy G has to do things that are not obvious, right? If the person isn't just totally wide open, it's an issue. If there's pressure around him or at his feet or coming from the side, it's a problem, right? This guy is not good. He is not good. He's not a good player. And he's never been any good. And he cost them multiple rings at this point. He has cost the team
multiple. Well, I guess at least,
He has. Last year, and then in 2019 season, when they lost to the Chiefs, that Super Bowl, they had him. If he was just more confident,
they did. You're right.
They had him. But he was so bad, they kept going 3 and out, and Mahomes did Mahomes things, and it was over. So anyway, this is a vote against Jimmy G, and it's to say, and also, I guess I'm still a little bit in the tank for Tua. So I'll take the 4 points. The Dolphins are in San Francisco. I'll take the +4 here. I kind of think they win the game outright. The Dolphins are awfully good team, dude. They're still, even at this point in the season, they are not getting, I think, the level of respect on a national level that they should be. But I wonder if maybe these last few games of the season, they kind of show
Yeah,
everybody what it's
yeah.
really about, and they
I
kind
don't
of take
know.
it maybe to the next level. And I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be that shocked if Tua Tagovailoa is the NFL MVP.
Crazy, right?
I would
Great
not be
for
that
him,
shocked.
dude.
I would not be that
I want
shocked.
to tout you a little bit here with that because I mean we both been on him for in a positive way for a while
since the show started almost.
Absolutely, you especially though, but we've both been on him, and he just didn't get any respect. I dig the team. I dig what you're saying. I agree that they might go on a little bit of a run.
But not in San Francisco. You don't like it.
I like. This isn't like a pick of the week, but I will probably put money on this. Like, because normally when the 4:00 games come, I just like, okay, there's 4:00 games. What am I betting? If this line stays at 4, I'll be on San Fran.
Why? So that means that you think they're the better team on a neutral field.
I do. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Oh,
I think their defense is worlds ahead of Miami. That's fine.
Sure.
I think the thing about Jimmy G, it's a different animal, especially at home. I think he plays well at home. I know. Look, they won 13-0. Didn't really light the sky on the Saints, but Jimmy G, yes, he's not the greatest quarterback in the world. He has this weird relationship with his offense that with all that he's been through, he's definitely gone this year, wasn't. Oh, well, now after last year, now he's officially leaving. It's Trey Lance. Signed back to be the backup. Trey Lance injured for the rest of his life. And then he comes back in. And like he's just got this weird, it seems like camaraderie, like professionally and athletically with his offense. He knows what he's doing. He's not the best quarterback. He's not going to necessarily light it up. But like, if you told me he puts up 302 touchdowns in this game, yeah, I get it. Tua, I know he's our boy, and Miami. Like, I don't want to get into the valley of Miami is just all downhill, fucking going, like, not downhill meaning record or play. I mean downhill meaning like you're skiing downhill and you're just getting more and more velocity and you can't stop. Miami is not. I know that they have these two wideouts and I get it, but they do ebb and flow when you least expect it. And this is one of those games where it's not when I least expect it, it's when I fucking expect it. Like, Miami could easily be sub 20 points this game. And I don't know. This is just where I feel like we smell Miami so much sometimes and it just always happens where they just hit a wall. And I just think this is the wall game for them. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
I don't see it. I think I look at like who's a team that's like somewhat ish similar to the Dolphins. I'd say the Chiefs. They're probably maybe a little better. But it's the same kind of team, you know.
You want to talk about like offensive style?
Yeah, they're not
style in general. Yeah, I would agree with that.
In general,
I would think
that
that's probably the best. I mean, the Chiefs, analogous way to look.
The Chiefs. It's not that long ago, right? The Chiefs beat this team 44-23. I mean, yes, it's a good defense for sure, and maybe they'll just continue this unbelievable run that they're on right now, which is incredible, right? They let's see here, going back to week 8. Okay, the Niners are on this run. They held the Rams to 14 points. Well, the Rams are a joke. Okay,
joke.
They held the Chargers to 16 points. I believe Herbert was dinged up. Could be wrong. They held the Cardinals to 10 points. I think maybe they were without Murray. I don't know. And then they shut out Andy Dalton. Okay, let's see what you do against Tua and Hill.
Sure.
I'm just saying. It's a different animal, and it was
totally
different.
I agree.
Right? They gave up the 4 TDs to Kelsey. I think a star quarterback, an amazing quarterback who's on his game, and some great receivers can really, really mess up even a great defense.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. No disrespect to the Eagles-Titans game, but this is the game of the week. This is a very interesting game. I'm very much looking forward to watching.
And it's strength against strength, right? Everybody wants to see what can this defense do against this offense. You know,
right.
San Francisco
I totally agree.
Miami offense. And for me, I think probably this Miami offense is just too much for them.
Look, 4 points for a very, very, very good team, especially so offensively powered as they are. I get it. I do. I just, to me, sometimes it's just like,
I said off the top, it's a feel thing. It's a feel thing. I don't really have numbers that can prove this to you.
I got news for you. Guess what? So
Yeah.
is my feel. That's my feel.
Yeah, your
on
feel
that. Yeah.
is that you like the 4 points, right? I
Yep.
get it.
This wasn't going to be my dungeon pick. It was kind of near there, the Niners. That's why I'm kind of, shit, like
Well,
going
it
back
still
and forth.
can be. You have until
No,
Sunday
no,
to
no.
decide.
I have so many.
So
I have so many.
I have a lot, and I'll have more for the dungeon. But let me do one more here since we're
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do one more too.
we're short, right? So I want to definitely do one. Actually,
there's so many.
I was actually disappointed that I wasn't going to get to talk about this game.
Great, let's go.
And I was going to.
Is this an official pick? You're going to make a fourth?
I'm going to make it a fourth official pick.
And this isn't Minnesota. This guy, I love it, baby.
No, it's not Minnesota. I'm not counting that. That's
badass.
great for yours, and I did tell you, but no,
Hold
it's
on,
not
wait.
mine.
Since I was so on point with what I thought you were going to do,
Yeah,
can I try and guess your pick now?
you can. I don't think you're going to get it.
Let me just look over here. Play some.
I don't think you're going to
music.
get this one. I really don't. You might, but I don't think so.
Is it a 1:00 game?
No.
Okay. Well, then it wasn't going to be the one. There was two that I was going to guess.
Okay.
I was going to think. Okay, the two I was going to guess. I'm going to give my extra one. Mine is Atlanta plus 1.5 at home against the Steelers. I'm not going to go nuts on it. I'm just saying I like that line. That's going to be another one.
You're going to at plus 1.5?
Yeah, Atlanta at home plus 1.5 against the Steelers.
Where are you seeing that?
FanDuel. FanDuel, yeah.
It's minus. Atlanta is -1 on DraftKings.
Holy shit! Go to FanDuel right now. Plus 1.5.
You're looking at it right now.
Right now, baby.
Why is it so different,
now,
guys?
That's a big
listeners.
time.
That is almost a first.
Wow, get it while it's hot, baby.
Yeah.
But
man. Yeah. If I could have got plus on them, sure. But no, that wasn't mine.
Plus 1.5. The other one is also a plus 1.5 that I thought you would take.
What's that? Is that?
I thought you were going to take the Raiders plus 1.5.
Okay, I am taking the Raiders at plus 1.5. I'm sorry, I should have. But that's not a
1:00
game. But that's not a 1:00 game.
No, I know. I was up between two.
Oh yeah,
I thought it would either be the Falcons or Raiders.
It's
Holy
the Raiders.
Shit.
It's the Raiders.
Oh
it's the Raiders.
God.
And I will tell you exactly why. And it's not what people think.
I don't think would have said that first.
It's not just because Josh Jacobs is going to run for 300 yards again. No. Like I'm not an idiot, right? I understand. You don't look for the same thing to happen again that just happened. You look for the next thing, right?
Right.
So I'm not somehow convinced that just because of the way the Raiders beat Seattle, they have to do that again. This isn't even about the Raiders. This pick is about the Chargers are so banged up, dude.
Hey, what'd they say? They say you suck.
They're so
really
banged
bad,
up.
Dude.
It's bad. They are missing so many players, both on the offensive and defensive lines. It's just, I've been talking this year, so many times this year when I have bet on a team that I thought was maybe better in the trenches, I've won the bet. You know, I'm trying to pay more attention to that stuff.
Chargers have no trench-worthy people.
No.
Like, they're fucked.
No, I mean, look, I love Justin Herbert, even with his broken rib. He's been great. Austin Eckler's an amazing player. He's super fun, very likable.
My boy.
I love Keenan Allen. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. I love watching him run routes. He's great, right? It's a fun team. It really is. But right now, unfortunately, just with so many injured guys, I think the skill weapons almost kind of don't come into it. If you're just, you can't get, Herbert's not going to have any time.
No time.
And I think on defense, they're not going to be able to get any pressure on Carr. So I would, if you guys want to do like a DraftKings lineup, I'd fire up Jacobs. I'd fire up Devontae Adams in this game. Foster Moreau as your tight end. I mean, the Chargers.
I don't care how good you are.
Defense is down bad right now.
That offensive line on the Chargers, man.
What's
and you just said their defense is down bad.
I like Justin Herbert. I actually like him as a person. He seems very likable. I love him as a quarterback. He's awesome. Yeah. He's fucking great. Yep. But what's he supposed to do?
Right. Just no time whatsoever.
There's no time.
There's never any time.
I mean, Jesse knows what's up, but
they
are so screwed on. It's not even just injury. I mean, a lot of it's injuries on their team, but
they weren't maybe the strongest in the trenches coming into the year either. But then with the injuries now, it's just
their left tackle, their right tackle,
both tackles,
all their D line.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's bad, dude.
And when you talk about what needs to be done, look at the Eagles, I used to get so pissed that every first round pick would be an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. Guys, come on, like switch it up. But no, because now you got
smart.
It's smart, man, and it's the way to win in this league.
They're
the two most, besides a quarterback. You got to get your line straight,
and you have to have depth because people are going to get hurt,
right? And you need, sometimes an offense, whether it's the Bills or the Jets or whatever, will put up a 14 play 8-minute drive, and you want to be able to cycle your people out and in and make sure everybody's fresh, like you're saying. And when that's all good and all, if maybe a couple guys got injured, now you have to, instead of cycle, just have like a line. No. Chargers never had the cycling. They never had that ability. Then they got injured, and now they're depleted. It's bad.
So I feel really confident about that one. Give me the Raiders plus 1.5. I wish it was more. I'd love to get more points. Like if you see it move in that direction, that's even better. Like maybe you guys check this tomorrow and it's like plus 2.5. That'd be awesome. I almost just took the money line, honestly. Like, I'm not some kind of Raider lover here. This is just a bet on, like, I'm just saying like the Chargers are down bad right now on their lines. You like that? So I'll take the 1.5 points.
Dude, there's so many. There's a weird dichotomy between FanDuel and DraftKings right now. I don't know if you noticed it, but one of my basically the one I'm holding my tongue on for the dungeon is a point off. And I'm not sure what's going on, but
what is it? What do you got?
Well, it's a dungeon.
Oh, you're holding your tongue. Shoot.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll give it now. Hey, but you got to get it on DraftKings. You got to get it now. It's going to be. Is this my 5th official pick? Am I making 5 picks on our? Are we doing? Wait, hold on.
You don't have to make
hold
it.
On, no, wait. We agree. 1, 2. Then my Vikings will be my. Well, okay. So wait. Let's just say that's my 3. Then I like the under on the Vikings, so that's 4. If I get 5,
and then I gave Dolphins and Raiders.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it because of basically one main reason. And I'm going to do it right now because this is where I can get it.
Do it live.
Fucking A, I will. This was, sometimes you got to look into Vegas on the opposite end. You like my HWE was way off on this. Okay, way off. And and sometimes I look out and look at it and go, okay, well, why was I way off? And then I realize I know why I was way off because it makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
I had the Bears minus money, or I'm sorry, minus a spread.
Oh,
but the Fields thing and all, Packers minus 4.5 shocked me. And I started thinking about it. And I was like, wait a minute.
He's probably going to play.
That's not only it doesn't matter. Jordan Love looked good. Like,
right.
I started thinking about Christian Watson. I started thinking about just the way the Packers play the Bears in general. I started thinking about Aaron Rodgers, how much he despises the Chicago crowd itself.
Sure.
And I'm thinking like, holy shit, Packers are going to win by 10, aren't they? And they fucking are. But here's why I'm on it right now. Packers minus 4.5 on DraftKings, minus 5.5 on FanDuel.
Got it.
So as soon as we end the show,
yeah.
I'm fucking, because unfortunately I don't have it on my computer where I can just bet on the computer. I got to do it on my phone. But Green Bay minus 4.5, lock it the fuck up. I've officially exhausted a lot of my picks because I said I like the Falcons too. Wait, I already said the Falcons too. Whatever. I'm making 6 goddamn picks.
No, okay.
No, I don't know what to do.
The
Falcons pick is no longer a pick.
Let's say the Falcons is not an official pick.
Falcons not an official pick.
But if people like it, that's fine.
I can't wait to spend so much money that I have allotted for my roof payment. There's one pick that I am gonna. I'm gonna hold for the. No, we already got the roof. We're paying it still a year later.
Oh, I see.
It's what you do. It's called finance.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'll finance that old fashioned for you, buddy.
Oh, good for you.
You know, I heard the way you give old fashions. It's just how I like it.
Give it to me hard.
You know what I mean?
I make them nice, bud. Listen.
Look at this bad boy. This is not, by the way, the remnants of the first old fashioned. I've been doing a little side action. A little more bullet, a little less simple syrup.
You don't want it too sweet. I'm telling you, the simple, you keep it just a little. So for me, I'll just recap here. So for me, it's Giants.
We need one.
For me, it's Giants plus 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Bills minus 3.5.
Agreed.
The Dolphins plus 4. I know you don't agree. That's fine.
Junk.
It's better when we don't agree, honestly. Anyway, it's more fun.
Yeah, you don't seem like you like it.
And then my bonus pick, I'll take the Raiders at plus 1.5. Home against the frankly down bad Chargers.
Yeah. I'm going to go Bills as well, -3.5. Giants +2.5. I mean, just Vikings -3. Like, fucking Vegas. What are you doing? Are you really going to fuck us over like this? It's Christmas season. It's December 1st by the time your earbuds hear this. Maybe we're just getting an early Christmas gift.
You know the sharp money is going to be all over the Vikings there.
You know what's funny? I think so. That's what makes it even more double downable.
Because
The
public,
Sharps aren't going to go Jets.
No, but the public will be on the Jets.
Which is weird. Why? But like, that's the thing. The line moved. Like, I'm thinking the line's going to move to 2.5 by the time. Like,
It'll move.
I already have a unit. I already have a unit in. But I will double that fucking unit if this goes under 3 in a heartbeat. Anyway, and then bonus pick for me is also the under that game, 44.5. And then I'm going to give a fifth pick, which is Green Bay, -4.5. The Falcons, Steelers, like, whatever. If you like the Falcons, so do I. I'll be making that bet as well. Not for a full unit. I'll put a little smidge piece.
It's a tough game to bet on in a way because they're both bad teams. It's hard to bet on a game with both bad teams.
When's the last time you've seen a 2.5 points differential on FanDuel and DraftKings?
It's very weird. You should take advantage.
Absolutely.
In finance, they call that arbitrage.
There we go. Well, you know what I'm going to arbitrage the shit out of? A fucking tease. I'm going to go to FanDuel and tease the Falcons up to 7.5.
What else?
You got it. Yeah, I got you. I got you interested.
What are you going to throw with it here?
Are we doing an impromptu 100th episode? Easy teasy, Woody.
In honor of our fans, hey, maybe do you want to do the throw the Raiders in there because they're also 1.5?
Yeah, I do. It's going to be the first ever.
Yeah.
Say it. Say it right now, though. Just say it. Say it.
Tease me, daddy.
Oh, and the Woodman's going to tease us back. Oh, we're having this is like mutual masturbation right now, okay? This is a he comes, she comes kind of tease. Atlanta Falcons +1.5 and go down to where the Raiders are +1.5. Both teased at 7.5. Falcons, Raiders, love every bit of that. Look at the little impromptu episode 100 tease piece, and that's official.
That's very good.
That is very good. How about that? Who would have thought at our 100th episode beginning this year that I would be half streaming down my left leg about the Falcons and Raiders tease
and
in
also,
December?
Who would have thought that we almost had the 3 same picks. Like for our 3 main picks.
What do you mean, who would have thought? I fucking told you as the show went. I called this. I know you and I know me, and we've come a long way. The show, this is the last show, by the way. I don't know if we told people, but like, it's so predictable. Now you guys know what we think. You can just make your own decisions based on. No, this is a great show. And how about ending it with a little tease piece? It's official.
I love it.
We have a teasy. I like that because we cover the Falcons pick too. But yeah. That makes me feel. I like your Vegas pick straight up, but let's go with the tease. Tease us, daddies, my man. Happy 100th, buddy.
I was really close to just taking the Raiders money line.
You can do that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, all right.
Nah, what
take that point. You never do it in football this year. That point's worth $1 million.
And like the Raiders are the type of team that actually probably could very easily lose by 1 point. Yeah.
If
they lose by 1,
you're totally right.
My bet hits. So
guess who doesn't win by more than 3 points ever? The Chargers.
Right.
So you might as well take that point because there's a 33% chance that if the Chargers win, you'll cover.
Right. right.
You know
there you go. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Hey, Dungeon, Sunday morning. Going to be a lot of hungover motherfuckers, or still drunk, or both, or not even caught Z's yet, guys, on that show. It's going to be fun. I'm really feeling a nice 6-leg teasy again on Dungeon after what we just started here.
It was awesome.
My God. But happy 100 to you, Bubba. Happy 100 to everybody listening out there. We appreciate you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Share the word, podcast, YouTube land, Dungeon-wise. Let everybody know, all right? Tell everybody about your boys.
We love you guys so much, and we're very lucky to be able to do this for so many fans, and just like everybody's been so cool. And for 100 episodes, like just want to say thanks, and we appreciate absolutely. It, and we don't deserve it. Like this is just like something we were gonna do just to stay in touch with each other, and it's awesome that it's turned into something.
Yeah,
like,
and shout
that's
out to you, Woodman. I want to thank you as well because it's been a great ride, and yeah, we've become better for it, my man. And,
Yes, sir. Yes,
love
sir.
everybody out there. Love you, and let's go do 100 more.
Love you too, brother.
All right. At Jump the Sharp on Twitter. Dungeon on Sunday mornings on YouTube. You know where to find us. Happy 100. Let's go make some dough. Peace out.